All right, so this is part 4. This is a remake of yesterday's video since it did not work out so well, didn't record so well. I tried to remake it last night, but I again made a second one that didn't work. So this is part 4 of turning pipe dreams into reality, where I'm reviewing Eat That Frog, 21 great ways to stop procrastinating and get more done in less time. So, and also some positive self-talk at the end. So, chapter 4, it's about considering the consequences. So, one of the overlying themes here is this is throughout the entire book, but so this says, every great man has become great, every successful man has succeeded in proportion as he has confined his powers to one particular channel. And that theme seems to be like the overlining theme of this entire book is focus on one thing, do it to completion, do it well, do it often, daily, until you get what it is you want. And it does pinpoint an underlining thing on the whole idea that we are not multitaskers. Some other cool things in this chapter was the mark of a superior thinker is his or her ability to accurately predict the consequences of doing or not doing something. So basically, if a task that you've outlined for yourself to do for a goal doesn't have any consequences, then is it really important at all? And actually, it has negative consequences because you could be doing something more important with your time. One of the rules here is long-term thinking improves short-term decision making. So if you're thinking about that end goal, and this is something I struggle with a lot, is so if here's the end goal, and here's where I'm at, a lot of times I will sit here and focus like heavily on here and just like get lost in some rabbit trails, versus I should be constantly thinking here and working my way backwards, putting in place the last pieces or just the big chunks that get me closer to here. So if I'm thinking about here, I'll get there faster. And I believe that's what it's trying to get at there. This is sort of along the same lines, but future intent influences and often determines present actions. So in the future, if you intend to be an ice skater, it's probably going to affect what you do currently. One thing good to ask yourself about each goal or task that you have is what are the potential consequences of doing or not doing it? I think I already went over that. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. I worked a ton last night to get some stuff done. Got a lot done, actually. It's awesome. Let's see. Okay, this was another important part of this chapter. It was obey the law of forced efficiency. It says there's never enough time to do everything. Then this is something that I really need to apply because I've made some big mistakes in this area. There's never enough time to do everything, but there's always enough time to do the most important thing. Put another way, you cannot eat every tadpole and frog in the pond, but you can eat the biggest and ugliest one, and that will be enough, at least for the time being. A lot of times I'll focus on the smaller tasks, and I need to more heavily focus on that large task. One of the other things, another way of putting this is, so for example, if you're organizing a task list, and you've got this one item that's your most important, or two items that are your most important, the items that are secondary to that maybe should not be done at all. There's a better way of saying that. Let's see. Here it is. First things first, second things not at all. The things that matter most must never be at the mercy of lesser things. So for example, a lot of times I was in the habit of thinking it was best if I started off my day getting done the small tasks, and then later on in the day I'd tackle the larger projects. And that is definitely the wrong way of thinking. You'll get wrapped up in small things forever. You have to tackle the big, your largest, most important goals first. And the smaller ones, forget about them. Just focus on big ones. Some of the other, let's see. There's 3 questions that you should ask yourself on a regular basis. What are my highest value activities? What's going to make the biggest impact in my life? Second question is, what can I and only I do that if done well will make a real difference? And then the third question is, what is the most valuable use of my time right now? What's the biggest, most important thing I can do to change my life right now? And that's chapter 4. So I've got some positive self-talk for you again. Now this will be the third time I'm actually reading this. Okay, so the first part is something by Hale Elrod. And I just want to let everyone know the app that I've been getting these off of is called Think Up. I just took screenshots of the different motivational phrases that they have here. It is a paid-for app that's like monthly. I didn't pay for it. I'm just using their positive self-talk thing. So if you've got an Android or iPhone, just download Think Up. All right. And remember, you're supposed to be repeating these to yourself and saying them to yourself and believing them. All right. I do not worry about trying to impress people. Instead, I focus on how I can add value to their lives. I am where I am because of who I was, but where I go depends entirely on who I choose to be. That's a really important thing, is the power of choice. I think it's one of the most important gifts that we have, is the ability to choose. Every day you make choices, whether you know it or not, or whether you blame other people or not. I believe in my potential, not in my past. I already have everything I need to be the happiest person I can be. It is simply up to me to remember that in every moment. Who I become today will determine what I am capable of creating tomorrow. I dedicate time every day to positive thinking so that I can become the person I need to be to create the life I truly want and deserve. There is nothing to fear because I cannot fail. Only learn, grow, and become better than I have ever been before. I love the life I have while I create the life of my dreams. It's really important to be content. I'm ready and committed to make this my best year ever. Best day ever, best week ever, best moment ever. It should always be the best moment, because you're living as full as you can be, or using the most of yourself and doing exactly what it is you want. The moment I accept responsibility for everything in my life is the moment I gain the power to change anything in my life. And that just goes back to the power of choice. We can blame things on situations around us, or we can say, hey, there is something I could have done differently. And there is something I could have felt differently. I could have controlled my emotions differently. And the more we're able to do that, the more you take control of who you are and how you experience life. I give up being perfect for being authentic. I need to remember that. Now, under the motivation category, I possess the wisdom, the power, and the passion to accomplish anything and everything I choose. Today is filled with opportunity. Everywhere I look, I see it, and I trust my intuition to follow where it leads. I have unlimited creativity, drive, and motivation. I attract those who help me reach my goals. I am full of energy and hope and live my life to the fullest. I already have it all. What I don't see with my eyes is growing in my heart, expressed in my dreams, and on its way to my reality. I can trust myself to handle anything. I'm secure and safe in this world. New ideas come to me regularly. I recognize the many good qualities I have. I work for the good of others. I now express my full potential. I am aware of what I offer to this world. I focus on my success, and it grows constantly. I have the knowledge and the resources to achieve my dreams. I am a great person. My capability and potential are endless. I see problems as challenges that evolve me and make me grow. I efficiently make good use of my time. I feel great about myself and my life. I have the energy I need to accomplish my goals and to fulfill my desires. I have something special to offer the world. I am positive, minded, and filled with self-esteem. I love who I have become. My life is abundant and full of joy. I feel tremendous confidence that I can do anything. I trust myself. I'm wonderful exactly as I am. I believe in myself. I have the ability to succeed. I accept myself and know that I am worthy of great things in life. I am releasing all my fears and worries. I am living my full potential. I can accomplish anything I set my mind to. I deserve to be happy and successful. I am willing to step out of my comfort zone. I choose happiness, no matter what the circumstances are. And that's something that is definitely important. I've had some really weird circumstances go on recently, from people saying terrible things about me from all different corners to tickets, bills, just things like just everything collapsing in. And it's only been with choice and positive thinking that I've been able to not break mentally through the process. And I can say that I am growing more happy each day, and I am growing more confident. The more I do this, the more I grow, and the more confident I become. And so that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. So be positive. Say good things to yourself always. It's very important.